Now let me ask you, being that you did the Cup Car conversion, after all said and done, happy, not happy, would you do it again? With the amount of money that you're in, see? What's good, everybody? I'm Jason Anthony. Welcome to a new series where we here in Southern California bring car enthusiasts like my buddy Khashy right here, and we're gonna get to know not only him, the driver, but this pretty crazy machine. So stay tuned. We're gonna get right into it. Khashy, welcome to the show.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me, bud.
Of course,
I'm excited.
I'm
Yeah,
excited
I'm getting to do a thing with my family. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
I know. I'm excited to have this conversation with him. We're going to talk about how he got into cars, the cars he currently owns, because there's a lot, the cars he's driven, and what's done to this beast behind us. Let's get right into it.
My name's Khashy. I'm from Virginia, first of all.
Yeah, that's how we
So, not just
connected, right?
Yep, East Coasters, baby. This is my 991.1 GT3. It's pretty unique, I guess. A lot of things people hate, a lot of things people love, but it's my car, it's my shit. This is what I do.
Now, if you guys are in like Southern California, especially Orange County, you've seen this car. Maybe not this color or this build. It used to be baby blue. Got a lot of attention on social media to the point where other Porsche owners were copying the same build, basically. White wheels, baby blue. And recently he did an overhaul with this beautiful cup build and this unique colors. So tell us a little bit about the new build, what's been done to it, what you love, what you hate, if there is any.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's Philadelphia Eagles green now, which is my favorite color and my favorite team. Go Birds, baby.
Got the hat on right now.
I got my Eagles hat on. You know, I always represent. But yeah, this car has. I mean, originally it's black. And I'll tell you this: when the car was black with the build that was on the blue car, no one cared for it. I mean, me and my girl went to the freaking Cars and Coffee 2 weeks or 3 weeks before we actually made it blue with the exact same build, same freaking car, right?
Yeah.
Pulled up, parked us somewhere, all good. Nothing,
No love.
right?
No love.
Then I wrapped it blue. Literally, same freaking car, wrapped it blue. Went to the same Cars and Coffee, and it was like a crowd around us, you know? Like everyone was like my girl was like, what the hell's going on? Like, this is too intense.
Yeah.
It's intimidating. And it was, because it never happened to us, you know? And I've had cool cars, but the SoCal scene's like way different. And it, you know, it's short-lived too. After that, no one ever came and looked at the car again, you know? But yeah, when it went blue, it was different. Now that it's green, it's toned down a little bit, you know?
Yeah,
like
it's not as loud and
it's
flashy.
not as loud. I would say
Classier, maybe.
it is in a sense. I mean, it's kind of hard to class down this freaking animal here, but yeah, man, it's got a little toned down. I think people before used to always say, "I love that color." You know, like I had old
like
people.
I said, to the point where there were copycats, like people tagging you, and you're like, "That's not my
That's
GT3."
not me.
Like,
yeah, I got pictures. I got
close.
so many pictures.
Yeah, we'll throw them up on the screen so
Even
you guys
my
can
buddy's
see.
GT3, my friend Tony's GT3.
Yeah,
It's
Tony.
a sick car. That's my boy. You know, that's family to me. But there was a lot of other blue GT3s or blue Porsches and even like Caymans and shit that were just blue. And I would get text messages like, "Hey man, I just saw you." I was like, "Yeah, that's definitely not me."
Any blue Porsche with white wheels, everyone just assumed it was this
instantly,
guy, but it wasn't.
me, you know. But now I would say like more people like that actually kind of know the car in a sense, appreciate it a little bit more or say something where before
After the transformation. Okay.
where before it was like everyone, you know, would like roll the window down and be like this or say cool color. And I get the color was cool and I still love that car, man. I had a bit of
everything you owned was baby blue.
Separation. You guys have no idea how many pairs of shoes I have bought for baby blue, you know? So to kind of get how we got these wheels and tires set up on this thing, it's all suspension. WR Technica did the suspension work on this, which is a mix of his own parts, custom parts that are done, OEM Cup parts actually from the Porsche Motorsport Cup, which
and
this
those
is what
guys know
this
what they're
is.
doing, right?
100%. You know, I mean, that guy holds track records in stock GT3s,
NS15, and like
his car,
he's got a
nice
crazy
little collection as well.
Yeah,
there,
he gave
you
me
know?
a nice tour when I went with Khashy after this build, and that place was just very impressive for a shop.
The guy's good at what he does. You know,
I understand why you
knows
went
his
there.
chassis. That's why I went there.
Yeah.
He's got his own custom parts. He knows how these things are supposed to He knows also how novice we are as drivers and how much our cars are more capable than us. So he gets them set up so we feel comfortable in them.
And
It's
confident,
kind of a
right?
scary car. It's not
Yeah.
that at 100 miles an hour, you feel like you're doing 200 miles an hour, So it's just one of those cars that it's a bit nutty in there
Yeah.
and a lot more is happening than you would feel in any other vehicle. It's just, it's pretty intense in there.
So they got the
But
suspension
we
all
got
dialed.
suspension, so we pushed the haul the suspension out as well. It's got cup uprights in there to allow us more adjustability. So yeah, we got the width set out a lot farther.
Okay.
Most guys on this setup run like a 265 setup, but Will at WRT was able to get me fitted to at least a 275 on the front, which is pretty decent sized tire.
Yeah.
I could go more, but it sits pretty good. It drives pretty good at this. So that's done. The cup conversion was done, which is part of everything that I did do. The fenders are these are actual. It's all OEM manufactured Porsche Motorsport parts. So the fenders are pre-cut for the wide body for the flares. It's not like we glued on some flares and cut some fenders out and things like that. So everything has been widened. The core supports are also all cut because the tow hooks on these aren't screw-in tow hooks.
Yeah, they mount
They're
to the
part of the
support.
core support. Like it's a one-piece unit. You're not taking that hook off. The hook does not come off.
So you did a proper
So we did a
cup.
proper cup conversion. Intake, throttle body, the whole deck lid, wing, the whole setup. It's mimicking a full cup car with just an interior in it.
Let's talk about the wheels. So these look pretty custom.
Yep, they are. They're BBS EO7s.
Okay.
They're painted. Here you go. Little JDM guy's gonna love it.
I love this part.
They're painted Honda Type R Championship white, so it's a bit of an off white. And actually, everything's got that theme. Even my roll cage is that color. I try to match it. It's not that easy of a thing to match, but
Now, any reason why you picked the championship white? Because I was with you when you first got, like, you told me about the cage. I was over your crib. You're like, I got to show you something. And I was like, I knew right away. So, like,
all my friends are JDM guys.
Out of all the whites, bro.
All my friends are JDM guys.
Okay.
And that was like the holy grail color. And every time I saw it too, it always looked different than every white car.
Yeah, it was clean.
I think when it came time for me to have a choice of what color I wanted to do, I said, F it, it's a sick color.
And these are custom or?
Yeah, these are custom. My buddies over at New Year in Santa Ana, they did it. Beto and Renee, shout out, always dealing with my crazy fucking requests. I actually asked them to change the name of this color to Khashy white because I have them do a lot of stuff in this in white for me, but
just do the Khashy white.
Let's get that in Khashy white, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are custom. It's one offset. It's a pain in the ass to deal with these BBS Motorsport wheels and doing colors.
Yeah. Especially these are center lock and.
Yeah, and they're not like any other three-piece wheel. They can't go through certain heat cycles. And they're designed to be able to take apart quickly and replace for like races if you're doing that.
Okay.
Like real shit. They're motorsport wheels. So there's a lot that comes with that territory too. You're not supposed to be daily driving on these wheels, even though we all do and everyone does. But through time, you just have to keep maintenance on them. That's the
the
hard
McLaren behind the cameras, the M5 wagon, they have custom BBSs, so it seems to be a thing when it comes to European car. Either those or HREs, right?
Correct.
All right, so what tires are wrapped in these? Why do you like these tires? Let's chat about that.
These are Cup 2s on here, which is like the fan favorite on
Michelin.
these things. Yeah, Michelin.
Grippy or what?
They're grippy. They're okay. They're good tires. Don't get me wrong. Not like that.
Because you like to drive.
I like to drive, and so they do. They kick in. Obviously, tires like these have their downfalls. Can't drive in rain.
Yeah.
Feels like you're driving on black ice.
This ain't the East Coast, bro.
No,
we don't worry about snow or rain anymore. I feel like that's
so
why
I really
we're
don't
here.
care. I'll take the Forerunner for that.
Right?
But
now let me ask you, being that you did the Cup Car conversion, after all said and done, happy, not happy, would you do it again? With the amount of money that you're in, see? I had to ask for you future GT3 guys that are thinking about doing this. We're from the East Coast. We keep this shit raw and real. So like, if anyone's gonna answer this question,
I'd go back if I could go back.
There we go.
I would go back.
Short and
Listen,
sweet.
when this shit just had one-piece wheels on it, the OEM piece, because I had to go through a whole brake thing.
Which we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about that too.
All the stuff that I went through to get it where it's at, the car drives way better. It is a way nuttier car.
So performance-wise,
it's nutty.
No night and day difference.
Night and day difference. But do I need it? And am I even using it to what it's supposed to do? No. So the reason I say I'd go back is because the car still back then outperformed me as a driver. It still did. I
Okay.
didn't conquer the car. I don't own that
And we know
motherfucker.
he could drive. Like,
And I
this guy could
drive, you know,
drive.
and still it's a learning curve on these things, but still not the potential of the car. I wasn't there. The car still outperformed me in every shape or form. So my car looked cool enough to where people loved it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it drove completely fine, and it did what I needed to do, and I never got to push my own limit of the car's limit. So
So what made you do it? Why do you think most guys will do this conversion? And like, did you feel like you had so much done that you kind of hit that threshold and there was only little cosmetic things that you could do to truly continue modding the car per se, or
yeah, I mean,
an
I think
opportunity, someone breaking down one that you were able to get parts cheaper?
it
Like,
was. I,
there had to be a catalyst that you were like, I'm doing this build.
I mean, the catalyst is just sick in the fucking head. I mean, like, that's the only way to say that. It's
Yeah,
sick
yeah,
in the
yeah,
head.
yeah.
That's why I did it. You know, it was a mix of things. So I had built my own custom body kit for this car, which I ran for the longest time. Me and Zach from Lynch Auto House. I mean, we spent months on trying to do a structured,
Yeah, I remember
mounted
that.
body
I
kit on
remember
here,
that.
which I just recently took off before Car Week because now we are redoing this, and we're also doing stuff with B3 over in Santa Ana, who we're redoing what me and Zach had created and going to kind of tone it down a little bit. But I wanted to be different, and that's kind of the answer. There's a ton of these Cup Car conversions out there too. And yeah, every time I saw them, I was like, man, that thing's pretty sick, Like I liked it. I wanted to run the smaller tire and chunkier, or smaller wheel, chunkier tire. Like these are all things that I kind of wanted
Yeah.
that I didn't have to do to get here, but just being sick in the head of wanting something and having the opportunity of building it. And yeah, there's parts that did come my way. Like this shit that came my way that kind of sparked it. And I would say the
Yeah.
first thing was the trunk and wing setup.
Yeah, I remember that was
Bought
the
it
first thing you
off
got.
this guy in LA. Great deal. Joe, you gave me a sick deal on it. I think we both didn't know at the time, but it was a sick deal. I didn't even know at the time. I actually almost drove away after coming there for an hour for that wing and trunk setup.
No way.
I don't know if I want to spend like any money on this shit. My shit looks sick already. But I bought that and then I started to try putting it on and getting it together. And I needed like another part to do this. I needed another part to do this. And then I was like, well,
We're
you know
too
what?
far down the rabbit hole. We might as well do
If I'm
it.
going to do this, then
Do
I was
it.
like, I might as well do it. So I did. I started piecing things together and I
You did
got
it
lucky.
kind of quick,
I
dude.
got it quick.
For most people, it'd take a year
don't.
plus, and you were like less than 6 months, I feel like.
Dude, to have a whole every cup, and mind you, actually, it wasn't just one set. Don't forget, I ended up having 2 full cup conversions at some point.
Yeah.
I had
Because you were
extra
trying to
everything.
get this done for air and water, right?
I was
Was
trying to
that
get
the
them.
original
That was the
plan?
original. After I started the shit show, yeah, it was to get it to. Which
And
I got my air and water
I
shirt on.
know, I
right
know.
here.
That's why I'm
You
saying.
brought it up, but yeah, it was for air and water.
So this made it to the show?
It did.
Okay,
In
cool.
blue too. In blue. But yeah, that started like at that point I was gun ho on it. I said, you know what? Let's just do it. And it made me sick to my stomach of how much I ended up spending on it and things like that.
Yeah.
I recouped money. I sold parts. I still have some parts, but I got lucky to get into it as cheap as I did
Yeah.
because of all the excess parts and stuff that I had to sell off. The
Yeah.
cars that I did break down, I broke down 2 cars.
Yeah, I
almost.
remember there was 2.
That's why the name of the car is 2 GT3s, 1 Cup. I mean, it took 2 GT3s to build 1 Cup car here. Unless you're into something else, then the name might come from somewhere else. But yeah,
Might be
that was
dating
behind it.
ourselves for them Gen Zers.
No,
but-
actually, the kids know the fucking
Yeah,
video.
I know.
I think you actually do. I was like, that's sick that you know what this is.
All right, so we talked about the wheels, tires, suspension, a lot of the Cup build. What about the brake setup? Because this doesn't look stock.
No, absolutely not. It's the only GT3 out there that is running a custom ceramic brake kit. Okay, so what
No
means
way.
is we got a full carbon ceramic brakes on here to fit 19s. It's not OEM. It's actually a lot of different pieces from different cars to get it to this point.
Now, is there one company that makes this
Yep,
that you
so-
went through?
So
Or
Racing Brake was crazy enough to play this game with me. And yeah, they went ahead and they got this kit together to get it to fit, to get it to clear 19s. I mean, it's a tight fit in
Yeah,
there.
you guys will see in the
You'll
B-roll.
see, but it's
It's
you
tight.
know, I don't even think you get a fingernail in between some of the stuff in there, but run it
It's like
type of
all
thing.
disc and spoke. That's it. Like you look at the wheel and it's just a massive.
So yeah, but at the same time, I love it. I got ceramic still, and it's
Stops on a dime, stays cool.
once it gets heated, like this is overkill
Yeah.
for a street car. Like, and that's the point when I get into and saying why I would go back. Like for a street car, it's overkill. You got to heat brakes up to really stop. Like you're not tailgating anyone leaving your neighborhood. But put it that way, the thing's not gonna stop for you right away.
Damn.
But hitting the canyons, doing some aggressive driving. Oh yeah, yeah. There's a big difference, especially with the smaller rotation and everything that's going on. You got a lot more feel out of the car, with the setup that it's on right now.
Now these headlights, they don't look OEM.
Nope. These headlights, I did have the PDLSs, which is like everyone's favorite headlights, and Porsche headlights, or the upgraded ones,
No, I
whatever.
like these. These are
But
sick.
these being way better than my OEM Porsche headlights. These were from Nine House. Jank over there at Nine House got me these. It's like a 992 Matrix style
Yeah, they're pretty.
headlight, aftermarket headlight. But it ties in with the whole car, and the beam is actually better. I'm like, how can I deny having a brighter headlight when there's not much else? It's not like we got fog lights or anything here to help us like see the rest of the road. So it's a nice upgrade. Actually, all my buddies got them too because they look sick. Dude, it's a great looking headlight.
They do look really nice. What about the aero? I mean, I see carbon bits, some splitter action.
We do. We have we got a mix and match of stuff. APR originally got my brain going on certain parts, right? So like I got APR side skirts right now. I got an APR rear diffuser. I used to have the APR wing on here, and I used to have the APR front lip. But with the Cup conversion, the Cup front lip is thicker. It's a bigger lip. The car's wider as well, so the lip is wider. There's no more flares on. There's no more like side pieces. It's all flare now. So the lip is completely different in a sense. And now I have these carbon bits, and I'm like, well, shit. Now what am I gonna do? Because all the cup lips are plastic. So Zach, over at Lynch Auto House, dude, I believe this is the only Cup front lip that is full, true carbon fiber.
No way. What do you make a mold of the plastic?
He basically molded my brand new one that we had.
So crazy.
We had a couple, but I had one that was fresh. He's like, hey man, this one's fresh. Let's do it. In case you decide to rip this one off on the ground somewhere, you won't be so SOL. So yeah, front lip was done by him. Got this metal aluminum front lip that me and him also designed and built on here right now.
Yeah,
we are going to swap that out for a bit of a thicker material, something that has a little bit more for like hold and force to it, so it's a little stronger.
So it's actually functional too.
This one functions right now. I mean, we did. It's going to sound funny. We did our own wind testing in his garage. Don't ask, all right? But it was functional.
Okay.
Technically in there, it was doing what we expected it to do. But it's also not as sturdy, So you want something a little bit sturdier and thicker and not so like, I mean, look how low this thing is. It bends on, I mean, this thing scratches and bends all the time.
Okay.
We're always repairing this thing. I'm always in my garage freaking hammering a corner down so I can get it like look flat again before a show or something like that. But that's what they're designed to do as well. I mean, they're designed to get beat on.
Car looks great, bro.
Thank you.
What about performance though? Like, are there any mods to the engine?
Yeah, totally. We did the Cup intake on there, Cup throttle body on there as well. Have the GMG World Championship long tube headers catted. Everyone thinks my car is catless, how loud it is, but it's not.
Loud,
it's catted. It's still catted car. It doesn't smell or anything like that. And so everything I do, I kind of do my own way because I've gone through multiple exhaust setups, titanium, everything. I've done it all.
No, I love the tone out of this thing.
We have Fab Speed side delete mufflers on there, not valved. And then the center section is done by Voodoo. And then George at Voodoo made this one a bit special for me. We wanted some oval cuts in there, so it'd be a little bit louder and a little bit more high pitched. So now it's throaty in the low RPMs, and then it screams up top. Where before it was always a bit of a high pitched type of sound. Now it's like, what is coming? And then it's a GT3 coming when I'm like getting in there. I was like, oh, that's Porsche for sure. But yeah, besides that kind of stuff, performance-wise. That's it.
Yeah.
No tune, no nothing like that. I'll probably get an M Engineering tune on it at some point here, but doesn't need it. The car doesn't need it. This isn't a car that's everyone says they're slow and they're not actually slow. They're pretty fucking fast. You know, they're quick for what they are. I have faster cars, so everyone talks about how slow they are, and yeah, they're slow compared to some 1,000 horsepower Lambos and shit like that, right? But thing moves for what it is, and you don't need any more power when you're going around turns and things like that.
The performance just out of the factory.
It's fine the way it is.
There's a reason why these things are crazy expensive now.
You don't gotta do much to it as far as the engine stuff is concerned. The intake and throttle body stuff that I did do, it was just necessary for the decklet setup because the ram air for it seals the deal on the intake, so it's better for the car.
Did that add any like extra induction noise or anything?
It does. Yeah.
That's cool.
When I like, if I'm like going through a parking lot, I have to like kind of tap the throttle a little bit because the PDK is kind of weird sometimes. You hear like, like this little suck induction noise in it, but the exhaust kills everything.
Yeah.
I mean, once you're in it, there's no engine noise, there's no intake noise, there's no radio. There's nothing, not even your own thought. You can't even fucking think in that thing once you're getting in it. But that's the beauty of it.
Now, to wrap up this episode now, I'm going to ask you two final questions. What's the biggest high owning this car? What's the biggest low? And then I'm going to throw in a third question.
All right.
If you could trade this for anything, what would it be? So let's start with the lowest of the low when having this car since you've owned it.
The only low I have in regard to it is these 3.8s are known to freaking grenade on these. You know, Porsche gave some 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty thing on.
You told me they sent you a letter saying like, yo, you need to bring this to the track and blow it up because your warranty is almost over.
That was the recommendation.
Which is crazy.
It was like, hey,
they would do that.
Go to the track and freaking drive your car and see if your engine's good or not, which is nuts. By the way, I didn't know this when I first got the car. I got the car with 9,000 miles on it. And, I just drove it around normal. Then I started joining the groups. I'm like, all right, I want to kind of do some things to learn more about it because I got over the initial high of having it. And then I found out this thing's got a bad engine. So I went to the dealership, found out what my warranty was at. It's like, great, no problem. I put this car through an easy 35 to 36,000 miles of hell. And to the next owner, if I do ever sell it, don't worry. It's solid. But I did. I gave this thing hell.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we gotta get this engine to blow. I'm not going to a racetrack to do it, like mess around. And you can only do so much on a street compared to a racetrack.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I did. I tried to get this thing to blow up
just
naturally, not like running it dry or nothing like that, but it didn't. It kept going.
Still going.
So December 2024 was the end of the warranty. I took it to Porsche and I was like, hey man, I'm gonna pay you guys to inspect this thing and tell me what's up. They went through it, said it's solid. One of their head techs there said it was one of the strongest 3.8s he has seen in a long time.
Damn.
So I feel good about it. Like that was my lowest point, is just knowing that this is, and it still exists. I have an extended warranty on it. So, I'm covered to a certain extent, right? But that's the lowest thing I would ever say initially about having this car was that fear, right?
And like, what's your greatest, let's say high, your greatest memory with this car? There has to be one that sticks out. I know you just brought it to Monterey Car Week.
I did.
You just got back, so I'm sure that's up there because you've never really been able to experience that with this car.
True.
But like, off the dome, like just the first thing you think of.
It's basically a Monterey Car Week, but not this year. Last year, me and Carolina, my wife, or I'll say this again. Last year, me and my wife went, we did a poor man's car week, So we went to Carmel and we went all these places the week after Car Week.
Okay.
Right? And we had just found out she was pregnant with our son. So I was like, look, babe, you're just going to get bigger and more uncomfortable. Let's take the GT3 for what I would consider probably our last road trip ever in it.
Especially driving from Southern California all the way to the Bay.
We went everywhere,
San
by
Jose.
the way.
How many miles did you probably put on that trip?
God, I would say 1,500 miles.
Yeah, that's crazy because your average guy is going to be towing this up there. Like, when we say he drives it, like how many miles are on it?
Oh, it just turned 52K after coming back.
9,000. So this guy drives his car, which is cool.
So I can tell you a lot about it. I got the miles to prove it,
So that was a cool trip.
But that was the the highest of high was, and it was lower than it was lower then than it is now, but
Okay.
loading up the car, roll cage, everything, just me and her on this crazy road
Yeah,
trip
the
everywhere.
clothes
I'm
and
telling you,
everything
we
need to
stopped
bring.
at everywhere you can
That's
imagine
sick.
and did it right. We were gone for like a week, you
That's
know?
cool.
So that was the highest point. I would say traveling, knowing like she was pregnant and going on this like last road trip, you
Yeah,
know,
that's
husband and
cool.
wife doing their like
Which
last trip.
congrats again on
Thank you.
little
I appreciate
Khashy.
it.
It's super cool
I
seeing him be a
appreciate it.
dad now.
Yep.
He's had to dial it back a little bit, but he's still a little crazy. But yeah, to wrap out this episode, if there was a car out there that you could straight up trade for, could be modded. It doesn't have to be OEM or from the factory, brand new. What would you get rid of this for?
I mean, we had this conversation in Monterey Car Week, kind of, not really, but, and I think I had it yesterday with someone. To get this feeling
Yeah.
and to get this again,
Yeah.
I probably have to drop like another 100K. That means sell the car and then drop 100K to probably get almost the exact same car, you know? So there's only two ways for me to kind of do this. And you have to be realistic, because if I was like, what would I trade this for? F40 competition, an LM, send one. But no, realistic purchase for me and what I would trade this in for would be either obviously a GT3 RS, if I was to say
Yeah.
it, like a .2 RS or a 997 RS. But again, those aren't realistic purchases for me. So I would say a .2 manual version of this car, which is the newer, the updated version of my own vehicle now with a manual trans in it. Even though I believe the PDK is the only transmission you can truly get nutty in these things, a manual transmission, you can never compare a PDK car and a manual car to get crazy in. So
Okay.
it would just be more to have, you know, rowing through gears type of thing, or a 997 GT3.
Oh
That
yeah.
those are my
So you stay
two.
Porsche.
I would
There's
stay.
not
Nope.
okay.
Nope. There's nothing
No
else.
Audi out there because we know you love
No,
your
I have my
Audis.
Audis.
I
Like, you
know.
would think I'd be an R8 guy,
Yeah,
but I'm
nah.
not. You know, like yeah, I at some point was, of course, like that was my dream thing.
Yeah.
But no, after you've driven a bunch of them and then you've driven 40,000 miles on this thing,
Yeah.
like yeah, it's kind of hard to say I want to leave this and go get into an R8. You know, it's just not really my cup of tea at this point. I want to feel like I'm gonna get killed in a car, even though I'm just doing 35 miles an hour through my neighborhood. Where a lot of these other cars that can outperform this,
Yeah.
they're just more dull now. They're not the same. This thing is
Yeah.
still raw. For a 2015 car, I mean, we got what, like 4 buttons in there. It's not a
Right.
bunch of shit you can do. You know, it's not like I got to go through this computer and do this. You push one button, everything is turned off that you
You know,
need off.
bro, like for me, like I was able to have an opportunity to buy a childhood dream car and I went with the S15 because like even here at the shop, right? I'll get into some of these newer cars. I can't figure out how to put it in park,
Yeah.
reverse. There's bells and whistles galore. And here I am with like a 99 S15 as analog as that JDM car could be. Like kind of like the R34s. Everyone knows these cars are pieces of shit, but us enthusiasts love them. And I think by keeping them a little bit more simple, with me, when I get into that S15, I'm connected with the car.
Yep.
With the M5 sitting right in front of us and stuff, don't get me wrong, incredible machine, but it does have to work for you, right? Like there's you don't feel one with the car. Like when I'm in this with you cruising, like I feel like you're part of the car.
You are.
The S15 is the same thing. Like so it's interesting for me, and I'm always curious asking other guys, like, you know, like if their cars are a little bit older, like I don't own anything right now that has all the bells and whistles.
It changes you.
Yeah,
It
dude.
changes you. Like the RS6 has everything. It's
Yeah.
got all the bells and whistles.
Drives itself, lane correction,
All that
like
stuff, you know?
cameras
It's
everywhere.
still a driver's car that you're still in tune with it, but it's not the same.
There's
It's
like
still not
there's
the same.
something missing almost.
still not the same.
Is it the rawness of the
No,
car?
you're just way too freaking comfortable, man.
Yeah, right.
You're just
It's
so
smooth.
comfortable.
You're going buck 50.
Like,
It feels like you're
exactly. I'm
going
doing a buck
30.
50,
Like,
but I'm chilling with
yeah.
the pinky on there. You know, it's
Whereas
just,
this or the S15, it's like letting you
off
know,
into your
like,
life.
yeah, like it's like, yo, we're going fast, but you know we're
is
going
that a bump
fast.
coming up,
Right?
you're like, oh shit, hey man, can you hold on real quick? You know, but
It's cool, man.
these newer cars are fast. They move.
Yep.
They outperform these things. And they're not all dull like that. But yeah,
No.
there is a certain disconnection that you end up having with the car and I'll tell you what, Porsche is one of these companies that does make sure you're still there.
Yeah,
You
it's a
know, like
driver's
they're
car.
still making sure even though like all the 992s, they are sick. You know, you can take a phone call on those things. You
Yeah.
just saw, I tried to talk to you through
Yeah.
this thing.
And I
You could
couldn't.
barely hear me, right? But in a 992, like you can. They really gave comfort back to the driver in
Okay.
the 992s, and it's a lovely car to drive, you know? But does it feel like, you know, like I said, 30 miles an hour that you're doing 70? No, this thing at low speeds feels wild. At high speeds feels wild.
Yeah.
I think it's until you get past like the 150, 160 marker where it actually things start to like tone back down and it really like just hunkers back down and it feels
Crazy.
normal. But
Damn.
all the way up until that point,
I don't know how you know that,
it's
but
pure it's pure madness. You know, Mexico is where I was doing it. But yeah, these newer cars have that, you know,
hell
numb
yeah.
feeling in a sense because you're so comfortable. I mean, you got air conditioned seats kicking you in, you know.
Yeah.
Raw cars is what's also driving this market up, you know, because as more cars keep coming
I
out,
know.
it gets more comfortable and people want that old thing
I mean, we
back,
could
you
talk
know?
about this all day. The car market's insane right now,
Insane.
not only in Southern California, but
Insane.
everywhere. And I mean, I just feel like, and that's why I want to start this series, is because there's so many cool friends and friends of friends that have unique rides just like this one. It doesn't matter if it's domestic, JDM, Euro, like we all have a similar passion. And
Yeah.
just want to thank you for being on the first episode.
man,
There's
of course.
nobody else that I could think of. And if you guys like this content, please subscribe. I know this first episode's a little raw, but that's how we get down. That's how we want it. We're not going to bullshit you
I didn't want to
guys.
come into something nicer than this. I wanted it to be raw. I was like, hey, man, get me out of the way before you get
I
too
can't
good at
help it,
shit.
man. I'm a filmmaker at heart and enthusiast by spirit. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment below and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you again.